Alrighty, hello. I am back with a couple more games, at least for today, because I do have one more on Sunday, I believe. I don't remember what time it's at yet, but here we have Captain Skyhawk on the NES, and we also got Popeye coming up right after this. Probably like two games not a lot of people knew I ran, really, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see, because I haven't played these games in a long time, but I kind of remember the routes and everything, so... yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and do a quick reset here. So yeah, Captain Skyhawk. This is actually like um, one of the games that I played as a kid, like with my cousin. So yeah, I don't remember when the last time I actually did PB attempts on this and whatnot. And we also did the beat Brendan score attack on an RGL event some time ago, so that was pretty cool. But without further ado, let's go ahead in 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Alright, so this is pretty much a shmup. So we start off with the standard cannon here, and you just have to mash the button in order to, you know, have it go quickly, I suppose. If you hold down the A button, then you see it'll kind of shoot slow like this. And what we kind of want to do is we want to try to get some credits early on, because we want to max out our cannon before the third mission. So we're going to try to at least get level 4 before we head into mission number 2. We got some like these mac and cheese bowls kind of in the middle here. I almost got shot at one of them. Yeah, they're just like random enemies just kind of strewn about. So yeah, this is a pretty cool game. My cousin introduced me to it when I was a kid, and you know, we played it a ton. And I don't think we ever beat the game before until I started to learn how to speedrun it, and that's the only time I actually beat the game prior to that. So, and I ran this game I think back in 2018, so it's been a long time, but I would usually just submit this into marathons, and then, you know, I think I ran it in Retrothon mostly, so. Okay, now we got these enemy bases here, so we just gotta shoot down the corners, and then we gotta shoot the middle right after we get these corners out of the way. Okay, there we go. There we go. Enemy base destroyed. We've got an extra life from that. So after each mission, we go into this, I guess, Top Gun style mission here. So we will see this mission after every main one. So these are like your sub missions here. This is a perfect opportunity to gain credits, which is like if you see it on the bottom right corner of your screen, it's the number that currently has 14 right now. So we're gonna get at least 30 for now, and then we're gonna get the remaining 10 like after the ship package or the drop package thingy. So yeah, right now we just have like a very slow cannon, but this is actually pretty fine to, you know, just kind of hold it down, because I guess the hitboxes are fairly huge on these ships here, so. Alright, so now we're going to go into the docking station. You can actually get in there right before this thing pops up, but I am very bad at it, so we're not going to worry about that for now. So we're just going to go ahead and put our cannon to level 4, so now when you hold it down, it's a little bit faster. So now we're like in a desert area, it seems like. So we got kind of have this like this isometric view, but we're pretty much going vertically. So yeah, we got these volcanoes here, and yeah, one hit you're dead. So we just got to be careful with like not taking any damage whatsoever. So in this section, we're going to be dropping these cargo into these holes. If we end up missing one of them, the level will loop. So we want to make sure that we get it all in one try. Just gonna try to build up a little bit here. And yeah, there's like no music until you get to the boss fight, so it's like very quiet for the most part. I mean, a lot of the NES games, like around those times, like usually have like no music, but they have gameplay mainly, so. Alright, so we got the supplies delivered. And now we're in the this area here, which the coloring for the bottom half looks very questionable. So we're just gonna go ahead and shoot down these planes here, we pretty much got enough credits that we need to max out our cannon. And right after that, we don't need to buy any missiles or anything like that, so we can just kind of move on to the next level after that. So we're just heading into the danger zone, so to speak. And yeah, they're going to start shooting missiles from, like, they're trying to charge at you. And then they're going to shoot missiles from behind as well, so we just got to kind of be mindful of it. Another interesting thing about these mini missions here is that all of the enemy patterns are static. They're all the same, so you just got to pretty much memorize like where they're going to appear from. So sometimes I still have kind of a little bit of a difficulty of trying to see where they're going to be. Okay, get our last cannon here. And yeah, we got full cannon here. And this mission, this is the fast mission. And we got this red plane chasing after us as well. Well, yeah, I guess they're kind of chasing after us, or we're chasing after them, whichever it is. If you end up dying in this section, you can actually either increase your speed or decrease your speed by holding select and either up or down. So up will increase it, down will decrease it. But ultimately, you know, if you try to like memorize the route for this, it's actually not that bad. But sometimes I still tend to die in these levels, mostly because of running into a wall, not really like dying to that red ship. So it's unfortunate that they don't do that for all the other levels where they give you the ability to speed it up. But you know, it's fine for what it is. Oh gosh, I almost got shot by that. I love how he's just kind of wrapping around. There we go. Alright, that was a really good level. We're gonna be seeing, like, you know, the repeats of it after mission 4, so... Okay, it looks like we're kind of in a snowy area here, or we can call it ice cap if you want, you know, since we did the Sonic trilogy earlier today in Retrothon. Yeah, just got a little more of these to do, so... Again, we don't have to purchase anything from the shop anymore, so we can just kind of enter it and then exit. So there's like no other way to really get out of it, like right away. So yeah, just gotta shoot them down and be like, you know, Tom Cruise's character in Top Gun, which I forgot what his name was. If anybody in chat knows, yeah, feel free to drop it, because I totally forgot. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, so. Let's get these out of the way, make sure I don't get shot. Okay, going back into this area here. I missed. Yeah, you can actually game over in this, by the way. It is possible. Alright. Oh, is it Maverick? Okay. Alright, so now we're in, I guess we're in the ocean area here. This is where we have to save the scientist, and we need to save 2 scientists so they can build the secret weapon for us. So we're gonna end up getting the first half here. When we get to the second half of the game, so we're pretty much gonna be seeing a repeat of missions 1 through 4, but just with different color palettes and slightly different enemies. But it's practically all the same, and you know, their shots will be a little faster. And you can pretty much go in any route in this situation because you're pretty much like in an auto movement here. So you're just basically just turning or moving left and right, like while you're just being forced to move forward. So we got the boss coming up, so we just gotta get rid of these turrets. You can actually stay right above the front turrets because they can't hurt you. But the one on the rear, like, they can still potentially hurt you, so. So there we go. We saved the first scientist. There's that little tiny guy. And there we go. We got the first half of the secret weapon installed. So now we gotta do it all over again. But first, you guessed it, mini game. Now we're like in the, I guess the grass field here. Kind of reminds me of like the green screen, like every time like the screen flashes when the cartridge isn't inserted properly in the NES. It just has that green flash every time. So it kind of reminds me of. Yeah, it's like if you pretty much know like where the enemies are gonna appear, then these can be fairly quick. But also sometimes they can be like across the screen from each other, like either from top to bottom or left to right. It's just a matter of understanding the memorization for this, and it's actually not that bad. All right, so we're heading back into the docking station. Oops, a little too high, right there. Got to be very precise in the entries here. All right, so now we're in mission 5. So this is like the second loop, sort of, but this time we have a powered up cannon, so really nothing can stand in our way at this point, unless we run into walls or get shot at in a very weird way. So you kind of notice that I'm just kind of swaying left to right while holding down the cannon button, because it just kind of creates a stream of shots, so we can just be able to eliminate enemies as quickly as possible, and also try to build up on credits if we need to. This is probably like the best way to do like score attack for this one, like if you want to beat Brendan's time, or Brendan's score rather, which we have done on RGL, like I mentioned, and I also did like a actual run of it too. Like I think we ended up getting like 619,000 points, so which was like way above like the point total that we needed. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so just gonna get through this. We're gonna be approaching the boss fight very soon. Some of those aircrafts or hovercrafts, they kind of look like grasshoppers a little bit. Just kind of just stay there. There's like some enemies that look like shoes or something. Okay, now this shot's gonna be a little faster, so I gotta watch out for that. Almost got that one. Oof. There we go. No! So yeah, if you die, then they become fully healed, obviously, so it's like fresh fight in a sense. So that's kind of unfortunate we took the death there. And whenever you take a death in this game, it does send you back just a little bit. Not too far back, but just far enough. But anyway, we ended up getting our life back, so it's okay. So we're totally fine. All right, now we're kind of into, I guess it's kind of turning dark outside a little bit. Not too shabby. But yeah, I'm sure like a lot of you may be wondering, it's like, since when have I ran this game? Or like, didn't like, you know, shouldn't I only be running like Sonic and Mario games? But like, I run pretty much a variety of things. Like, I run this game, I ran, like, you know, we're gonna be seeing Popeye coming up right after this. And on Sunday, I'll be running Animaniacs on the Sega Genesis, so a lot of different things that I have ran in the past. I have also just thought of running like other games as well, like Streets of Rage and what do you call? I have ran like Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. I ran DuckTales. You know, like some of the more popular NES games. I probably have ran it in the past. Even Mega Man. I ran Mega Man in the past too. So I'm like the jack of all trades for speedrunning in a sense. But my bread and butter is basically Mario and Sonic, so. But this game is kind of sentimental for me because this is the game that my cousin got it for me when I was younger. So I played it a ton as a kid, and then, you know, wasn't really sure if you could speedrun it in the past, but until I saw it like on speedrun.com, and then I also watched my good friend Toad, fellow RGL brethren. You know, they ran this game too, and you know, my good friend Sin ran this game, so it's like got to see some really cool folks here. Of course, the current world record holder, Jacobo the Chocobo, has really killed it in this game, like when he was running it at the time. So, but yeah, I mean, there aren't that many people that actually run this game, but we would love to see more people run it for sure. Like, pretty straightforward game, you know, just try to do the fast strats, like entering the whatchamacallit, the docking station really quickly. I missed it, so we got a loop now. So that was unfortunate. I just missed it by probably a couple pixels or something. So now we got to loop through this level again, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. But there is actually one thing we can see, so we could probably do this like a showcase sort of. When you get past, when you get past a closed off section, or like the cargo that you already dropped previously, you'll see that it's sealed off. So yeah, like we'll see it over here. it's blocked off, so that's when you know that you already got it. But hopefully we're not gonna miss this one here. That would be bad. We have to loop it over again, and we don't want to loop it over again. So we'll just do our best here. Yeah, there's Toad. Fellow burger connoisseur. One of the best NES speedrunners I've ever met as well. Such good people. Alright, we're getting very close to dropping this cargo here. Hopefully I don't miss it. Let's line it up. There we go, that's better. Okay, we'll take it. Got an extra life off of that, so that's fine too. Just losing a good ton of time because of having to repeat that section. Alrighty then, now we got a little more darker atmosphere here. So I guess it's kind of approaching nighttime. Because like, yeah, this pilot, he's been sitting in this plane forever, you know, like doesn't even, you know, get out to stretch, walk, you know, go to the bathroom or anything like that. Or unless his seat in the plane is a built-in toilet, who knows? I have no idea. I mean, I don't know how these things work or how he's able to have this kind of endurance for like a long time, for, you know, for every single stage especially. So huge props to the pilot here. Should be into that. There we go. I just saw that reaction. I mean, it would make sense, right? Like, what would they do? Alright, now we got the second high-speed level here. This one's a little tougher because stuff like that. I almost got hit by that wall. So I'm going to try to focus on this one a little bit here because it's going to be a little deadly. Do I remember which way this one was? I think it's going this way here. Yeah. And then it's gonna like swerve over this way. No, he shot me. Okay, now I gotta hold select and push up so I can get the speed back. We still have plenty of lives, which is fine. As long as I don't have to continue. Okay, there we go. Sometimes that red can be a nuisance. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're fine. Okay, so we destroyed all 4 of those. All we got to do now is just save the other scientists, and they'll create the last half of the secret weapon. And now it looks like the sun is rising here. So yeah, pretty much, you know, we're going through this entire thing in just about 20-ish plus minutes or so. Okay, there's that right there. Okay, getting close to the end of this segment. Oh gosh, okay. Sometimes you can actually miss the plane, but it's ideal if you shoot them down because it'll just make the other plane spawn a little faster. So. Alright. I think this is the last docking station we have to enter, if I remember correctly. There we go. So now, this is the last full level. And then we'll get the boss fight. I think we got one more Top Gun thing, and then we got the final fight. And we have a hilarious ending as well. Also, those mines right there, they have a huge blast radius, or like huge hitboxes for that. So it is actually really easy to die to that thing. So I'm gonna try not to shoot, or you know, try not to be too close to it. But we do have a chance to beat Brendan in this run too. So let's see if we can make it happen. A little bit. Okay. Yeah, I believe Brendan has 500,000 points, so we're at 460-ish. Oh god, that was close. So, I mean, you know, we're still going at a pretty good pace here. I was watching out for those explosions because they're very scary. Actually, one spot in particular where it's just that mine in the sea. And I have to, like, be careful. Goodness gracious, stop. Okay. I really hate this section. Like, this is definitely my least favorite level in the game. Oh, I think the mine is here, isn't it? Nope. Okay, we're good. Oh boy. Okay. It's like once I hear the boss music, that's when I know we're safe. Like, really hoping for the boss music right now. Okay, here we go. We're good. Shoot that down, and shoot this down. I did not kill him. There. Alright. Yeah, exactly, Toad. Like, they seem humongous for those hitboxes. Like, my goodness. But we did not die to it, so we're good. And we also beat Brendan as well, so we're guaranteed a victory for that. And now we got one more of this to go, and we don't have to enter any more docking stations, so right after this is going to be the final fight. Just got to get through that. Plenty of lives too, like we managed to get like our lives back that we lost, so that's pretty good. Yeah, we gotta save that scientist. Because they're the ones smart enough to make the secret weapon, because we don't know squat. All we know is how to fly the plane and, you know, do pew pews, that's all. I just think got a few more enemies to go. I think the planes can also fly into you too, if I remember correctly, so. There we go. Alright, excellent. And here's the final fight. We're going to be just kind of flying around all over the place, and we just got to destroy these orbs here while avoiding to get shot, which I did not do very well. Okay, we just got to open up the eyeball. Can you stop shooting me? Jeez, Lou. It's like 3 lives lost in like 5 seconds. Okay, there we go. Now we got the final eye. Got to shoot it down, and that should be time. A 21:38. I'll take it. And what do we get for our reward? We get a glorious game over screen. But we did beat Brendan, so we'll call that a win. So we'll just put RGL as our victory here. There we go. Brendan has been beat, as well as beating the game in a speedrun sense. So that, my friends, is Captain Skyhawk on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I got one more game to go today, which is going to be a very short one. So we're going to switch over to Popeye in just a moment. So we'll transition over to that. Be in a few seconds or minutes or whatever.